Several of the major CEOs, I think, are aware of many of the risks that I also think about, which is if I asked you, think about the year 2020, and if I told you in 3 years there's going to be this AI that will be able to pass the MCATs, pass the bar exam, generate any images and text from scratch, generate propaganda at scale, be able to make websites like this on its own, be able to talk to people and generate relationships, you would never believe that that was possible. That what we have now that can pass the MCATs, AI, GPT-4 can pass the MCATs, you would have never believed 3 years ago that was possible. Well, 3 years from now, do you think that our current intuitions right now are good about where AI is going to be? Everyone's been saying how uncertain the future is. We don't want to stifle innovation. Who knows what the future can hold? Let's not get involved too quickly. I want to disagree with this. I think we can predict the future. And I'll tell you why. With our work on social media, we knew where social media was going to go, what world it was going to create. Why did we know that? Because Warren Buffett, his partner Charlie Munger, said, if you show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. Are the companies incentivized to, what are the companies incentivized to do? Social media was first contact with AI, right? It was an AI that was pointed at your brain that when you flick your finger to sort of load the next TikTok video, it's just an AI trying to calculate how do I keep you here by showing you the perfect video to stimulate your nervous system. That AI was enough to unravel shared reality for democracies, to drive addiction, loneliness, mental health issues for young kids, sexualized young girls. That's simple AI. And so we knew that the incentive of social media was attention, because their business model is advertising, which means that it will produce the race to the bottom of the brainstem and a more addicted, outraged, polarized, narcissistic, validation-seeking society, because all of those are the incentive of social media. With this next jump in AI now, we can predict the future because we know where that race is going, which is, it's not a race to cure cancer and to solve climate change and to invent materials that help us do things. It's a race to just release these new capabilities. Last year, you couldn't take 3 seconds of someone's voice and then speak in their voice to your bank or to your grandma. Now you can. Why are we releasing these things? Because as soon as one person releases those capabilities, the other companies also have to release more capabilities.
All right, everyone. So this AI technology is getting crazy, man. Okay, and the discussions about it are valid. Okay, I mean, you got Elon Musk, you got Mark Zuckerberg, both, including other tech giants, but we got them both out here agreeing. Like, look, the government needs to put their foot in with restricting the AI advancement. We need something. We need some sort of regulation, some sort of path forward in order to prevent societal collapse. And that is very valid, man. I mean, you have AI technology. You have the means of being able to record someone's voice, record your own voice, and then basically spit out a whole story being read by that voice so accurately that any normal person would never be able to even know it's the real person. You could be a scammer taking someone's voice and then calling their family member to ask them for money, to ask them for a password, whatever, and it'll work. And AI is allowing them to do that. Not only that, AI in itself is out here already talking about how it's gonna replace humans, it's gonna get rid of all of us. You have ChatGPT being able to pass the MCAT exam, which is a medical exam. Okay. And then you have potentials of military technology advancing to an insane degree. Our adversaries are using AI, right? And if we don't put a restriction or a ways of advancing technology safely, who knows what kind of implications could rise and how destructive it could be to our society. Social media alone is destroying social media. A lot of us cannot handle social media. We can't handle TikTok. We can't handle Twitter. We can't handle YouTube, Facebook, all of that stuff. And millennials were really the guinea pigs and all that. I'm a millennial, and yeah, I mean, even humans can't handle the current climate of our technology. We're so invested in our phones in our video games, in social media, that AI would only escalate that. I think there is something going to have a reckoning of any sort. I don't want to have a black pill moment, but man, AI, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think AI is really cool, and all the things that we've been hearing about, you able to change your voice, or are you able to copy someone else's voice or your own voice? Chat GPT, if you talk to Chat GPT, it's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, they're using AI in video games now. It's more advanced. But I also think with a lot of good that can come out of AI technology, so much bad and corruption and propaganda and lies can come out of it. And I don't think we're really seeing the full effect yet, obviously. Just give the election, the next year during the election. Okay, you're going to see a lot. We have already seen a lot of pictures, a lot of AI imagery of Donald Trump, of Joe Biden. When this stuff starts getting a little bit more advanced, we're going to start seeing it really perfect pictures and images to the point where you cannot tell the difference between it being a real one or a fake one. And that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, you go to court and people have evidence against you that you did such and X, Y, and Z, and they show images of you doing X, Y, and Z, and you're like, I'd never done that. Yet it looks so real. How are you going to deny what you are looking at? And that's another thing I want to bring up. With AI technology, it is more vital than ever before that we as human beings really start thinking for ourselves, really start being open-minded, asking questions, seeing past that level 1 mentality. Because if we can't do that, AI is going to completely brainwash us. Next thing you know, we will never know that our whole reality has just flipped on its head and we're sitting in pods like the Matrix. You'll never have known. It will just happen so instantly that your eyes will be so fogged by all this other crap. Next thing you know, you are in a pod with a tube down your throat, thinking that you're, I don't know, playing your video games and going to work and this, that, and the third. It is very important that we as humans just think, use our heads, be open-minded, ask questions, think past level 1, go into level 2 thought process. Okay, stop believing everything that you're being told. Stop believing everything that you're seeing. Because if you're believing everything that you're seeing now, just imagine what you're going to believe in when AI takes the reins and everything that you see on Google or whatever would come in the future. Any image that you see, you think it's real, 100%. There's no way it can be a trick. When in fact AI made it. AI grabbed a whole bunch of images, a whole bunch of ideas from a multitude of sources, and the image that it spits out is 100% accurate to the point where it almost looks authentic. And you, as someone who is not thinking for yourselves and understanding that you could be lied to through your eyes, through your ears, through anything, through your own voice, is very important. It's very detrimental that we take the time to evolve ourselves to a more free understanding in the mind. Okay? It is very important that we just think and ask and be open-minded. That's it. If we cannot do that, then we are not ready for the level of AI technology that is inevitable. It is inevitable. It's already created. They're not saying that they want to stop it. What they're saying is there needs to be restrictions on it because there is no stopping it. It is inevitable. It is bound to happen. It's going to happen. It is happening. And the only thing that we can do now is mitigate any damage that comes from it in the future. We have AI that can basically self-replicate itself. It understands itself. As much as I think that's really cool, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And we haven't even figured out whether or not boys can be girls and girls can be boys, man. People out here saying that they're cats and they're dolphins, that they're fairies and fairy self, bee and bee self. How can we really think that we as a society are going to be okay with this AI technology in 10, 15 years from now, 5 years from now, right now, today? No, we're not. We're not okay. We are not okay. And if we don't speak up, tell the truth, tell it how it is, then we are doomed. We are doomed. And I'm not talking about countries being doomed. I'm talking about the human species is doomed, extinct, gone, eradicated, left in the dust. Who knows, man? In 1,000 years, in 2,000 years, the only species remaining on planet Earth is AI. To the point where they've been able to actually create themselves. I think we created a monster, and I think that monster has some good attributes, but I also think that monster can be very, very dangerous and destructive, and it will ruin human society in a blink of an eye. And I really do believe Elon thinks that. I think he thinks that. I think Mark Zuckerberg thinks that. I think a lot of people are out here thinking that. I think the people who created the AI, I think the people who created the AI to self-replicate itself, believe like, oh crap, what did we just do? And there is no way to go back now. You open the can of worms and you cannot put those worms back in the damn can. You effed around and found out. And now we're stuck trying to navigate the future with this AI. We should know how to move forward. We should know what kind of outcome we want. Because we've already kind of been in this space before. With cell phones, with technology, with computers, social media, we've already been in this realm before. So now how do we move forward with this new form of technology? If you think this AI is not going to be a part of that little chip that Elon wants to have everyone have in their head or whatever, no. And if we can't even figure out if we're a man or a girl or a carrot or a dolphin, people out here putting the chip in their head, I don't even want to think about the repercussions that has in and of itself. It's going to be insane. It is going to be one wild ride. I think next year's this election period is going to be one hell of a ride. It is going to be so crazy. Third parties, just random people making AI images of the other party, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. They're already doing it. Okay, they got little skits on YouTube about Donald Trump, Joe Biden playing video games with Obama and this, that, and everything. And it sounds, it doesn't, it's obviously not real. But man, it's already, you can already hear it. When you're hearing that, you're like, oh, that sounds like Donald Trump. That sounds like Joe Biden. And you get someone who can really fine tune that, can really fine tune how exactly they talk, the inflation in their voice, and they put that into a more serious audio, into a detrimental sort of audio. That could be damaging. That could be so damaging to anyone on any side. So I think this AI has implications to affect everything. Politics, society, social, in the individual, cultural. This AI is going to spread like wildfire into every fabric of our existence. And we need to be able to understand ourselves, more importantly, and understand that we are not truly free. Mentally, we are not free. Ever since cell phones came out, ever since the modern technology come out, we have really never been truly free. And I mean that by mentally being free to think, free to ask questions, free to believe in things that you want to believe in. And you don't have to believe in someone else's belief, but be open-minded to the probability that all things can happen, all things could exist. Again, you don't have to believe it. You just have to be open-minded to try to understand it. I think it's very vital. I think it's very vital that we, as a human species, stay vigilant, stay open-minded, okay? And try to navigate through this as best as we can. Okay, I know there's going to be issues, there are going to be problems, there are going to be complications, there are going to be people doing bad things with this thing. But we can only move forward, right? Hey, that's all I have for this video. Thank you for coming on The Mixed Mindset. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and most importantly, comment down below. Give me your thoughts, opinions, disagreements, whatever the case may be. I would love to hear from every single one of you guys. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next one.